guys, this is Gabby with Outraged Productions, and we're here at the PhotoPlus Expo at the Sony booth with Thomas, who is actually going to tell us a little more and introduce us to the VXW FS5 Sony camera. Tell us something more about this beast. It looks amazing.
Oh, thanks, Gabrielle. So this is the new PXW FS5, which was newly introduced at NAB out there in Europe. And just like our FS7, which was introduced last year, it's the hottest thing going. It's a Super 35 4K sensor, so just like the FS7, only it's in a really small compact body. Body weighs less than 2 pounds. So it's magnesium, extremely lightweight and durable, and there's some really cool features we added. We have this viewfinder that can actually move to different positions on the camera. So if I'm doing an interview with in an intimate environment, I can actually make that eye contact with my talent by moving the viewfinder back and out of the way. I've got an OLED viewfinder here, which is new technology, and that allows me to actually go outside and shoot accurately with focus. Now I got a high contrast viewfinder where too much light is hitting the main panel. I can use this and really focus 4K footage. It needs to be real sharp, so you can do that with this viewfinder. It has the MI shoot just like the FS7, where I can talk to our UWP D-Series wireless microphones. So I can actually power this without batteries, and I can send the audio in without cables. Pretty incredible, right? We've got ND filters on the camera, just like many of our other cameras, but this has a new feature. It's called variable ND. So with variable ND, I can put the switch over to variable. I'll say I'm shooting and I need to shoot at a specific aperture, and one ND is too much and another is too little. That forces me to get out of my creative look, right? Well, with variable ND, I simply dial in the ND to a specific exposure, and I can keep my aperture the way I want it.
What is the range of the exposure on that
It's
filter?
anywhere from, I think, a quarter all the way up to beyond 128th on the ND. Yeah, so you've got that full range of ND to adjust the camera. Camera shoots 4K and HD, and it is using a 422 10-bit for HD, XAVC-L, and in 4K it maxes out at 4K 30p. And that would be also a 420 8-bit. So it's a little bit different than the HD. If you want 422 10-bit, you move up to our FS7. So there are differences, and there are choices and reasons to go with a higher level camera like the FS7, but this has some wonderful features. The kit lens is an 18-105 servo zoom. So I can zoom that from the handle grip right here. Right? So Sony's one of the only manufacturers that makes servo zoom lenses for Super 35 cameras that are affordable. There are, of course, cinema lenses that are, $30,000 plus, but if you're spending $5,000 or $6,000 on a camera, do you want to spend $30,000 on a lens, right? So we have these servo zoom lenses. It's a rotating grip on the handle, so I push this lever and it allows me to change the position of my shooting grips. So if I'm shooting down low, I can shoot comfortably. If I'm shooting up high, I can shoot comfortably. Okay? Now with the sensor itself, we have the ability to do what's called a 2K center cut. So we're actually only using the center portion 2K of the 4K sensor, and that does two things. One, it can double any focal length of any lens that you put on there. So if I use a prime, 50 millimeter prime would be a 100 millimeter. Right? Or I can use that to mount B4 or 16 millimeter lenses, which can't cover a 4K sensor. So you've got multiple applications there. New technology, it's been on some of our other cameras called clear image zoom. So what clear image zoom does is allows you to take any lens, servo or not, and zoom smoothly. 2 times of what the normal lens capability is. So, for instance, on this 18-105, once I go from my 18 and I'm zooming optically, and I hit 105, now the clear image zoom takes over and takes me to 210. right? Now the beauty is it's visually lossless. It's a lot of, we'll say, it's a huge database of images and a lot of algorithms created by very smart people much smarter than myself. And then also, on a prime lens, we'll say I have a 35 millimeter prime, and we'll say it's a 1.8 because I want that shallow depth of field.
Yeah.
I can zoom from 35 to 70, and the beauty is I don't lose aperture. My aperture stays the same, so I can stay at 1.8 and push in. So it's a fantastic feature. It's a Sony-only technology, clear image zoom, and it's available on the Sony PXW FS5. Now there are many more other features on this camera. You can shoot an S-Log, you can shoot with a S-Gamut.Cine for your getting wide range of color, so you can do a lot of work in post and really enhance your images. Or you can just simply shoot with a standard gamma curve or a straight cine curve to simplify things but still get beautiful looking images. So we could talk all day long about the features and the quality of the camera, but I think probably ready to move on to the next person.
Well, that expensive for sure, and also thank you so much for that, because that's definitely a product that I'm sure a lot of people would be wanting to procure for their arsenal.
Absolutely.
And you said that it comes out and ships in November?
It ships in November, and you're going to want to get your orders in now because based on what happened with the FS7, we were in back order for several months actually, and we anticipate the same excitement around this camera.
And what is the price of the camera itself?
The camera's going to sell for about $5,500 body only, and then if you add the kit lens to it, it'll be in the low 6 range, like 61, 62.
Overall?
Yes.
That's a really good price for this.
Fantastic deal.
That is fantastic indeed, and we see some of the videos that it has been taken, not this one, but
well, yeah, the one in the background is the X70, but we're showing videos here at the show that are showing a video made with the FS5. We actually have the filmmaker here at the show to talk about it, so send them on this way and come check out the camera at the booth.
Thank you so much, Thomas. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you too.